Hello, welcome back. And I'm here again with a new panelist. And I'm here with Miss Kafui Dokas and Mr. Isaac. Okay. Miss Kafui is the CEO of Homemade Local Restaurants, and Mr. Isaac is also the marketing manager for MCB Studios. Miss Kafui, I would like to know your opinion on adapting content for social media audience. Adapting content for social media on sorry for social media audience. What's your opinion about this?
Okay, thank you for having me here. And my name is Dokas Kafui Eji. Yes, and I'm the CEO for Homemade Restaurants. Okay, so in today's globalized world, um, before you can adapt to setting, before you can adapt to certain things and then get to the audience out there, you have to adapt to their cultures and then language barriers and certain things. So yes, and especially being consistent in your whatever you bring out there. So I like to talk about the language barriers. So in case, okay, probably yes, right now I am into the food industry, or I'm making food for the locals. And if I want to reach the continental audience, I think I'll have to adapt to certain things, which is the probably know how to cook more of the ricey dishes and then the things they actually like, so that I would I would adapt to their preference, and then I'll focus more on what they like, and then I would deal with it and then give them a good service with that. I think that will help me in adapting to whatever I have to do with them. You get it? Yes. A small business owner around my end which is called Crave Express. When we sometime back after the Christmas, when we came back, they were not actually there because they had issues with their raw materials and all that. And then that's so bad because a lot of people were anticipating them to come in and give them good food and all that, but then they didn't get them to be there as at the time that customers were craving their expresses. I mean, the food that they make, they didn't get them. So yeah, I think I'll like my co here to continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So basically, with adapting marketing to global audiences, it's basically about twisting or bending your marketing message to fit in other aspects or other regions where maybe they may not get your message, unlike your primary area or where you focus or run your businesses. It's like an improvised mechanic. Yeah, so it's always about just twisting stuff, changing stuff to be able to send your message across very well. So we have various instances where brands or businesses went to or entered different regions, and they had to change some of their marketing campaigns or strategies or their message to fit in. A great example is Airbnb. Yeah. So with Airbnb, they had to change their messaging to touch with the core values or the what the customers value the most based on where they are. So, for instance, in USA, Airbnb noticed Americans or people from USA, they like to feel good or have experiences. So in USA, their marketing messages all based on having unique experiences and a good time. But then they couldn't send the same message across to Asia, particularly Japan, where in Japan they always focus on safety and doing things right. So in Japan, their messaging in Japan was all based on safety, letting customers know that they can come for a space and their safety is guaranteed and everything is going to be in a nice or orderly manner. So that's one thing I can say about adapting global marketing.
Okay, so in all, you are trying to say that as we businesses develop,
Yeah.
there's a change, or there are cultural changes,
Yes,
dynamics in the business world.
Yeah.
So the more things change, or the more we will say we are in the like we
Or
are
the more you move
yeah,
across,
the
you
more
have to
you
change. So, for instance, we have humor. So, brands like to make their customers or audience smile. So, for example, we have humor, which is one of the things brands have to focus on when adapting their content or message to different regions. So, we all know companies or brands like to make their audience smile, or something to make them smile. And then in the course of doing that, when let's say they move to other regions, what is funny for a particular region might be offensive in another region. So it's always important for brands to adapt their messaging and not be consistent with one message across. Obviously, there are rare cases where there are some messaging that is always consistent with every other region, but with humor, it's a very critical issue. So that is one of the things. And then we also have cultural values and symbols. For instance, we all know red. Some regions, red signifies danger or warning, but then in some places it means lack. So as a company or a brand, to adapt in that instance is to maybe, let's say your color is red and it means lack in let's say Ghana, it means lack. Maybe when you're moving to another region like Mozambique, where it means danger, you would have to change your brand color to maybe yellow to adapt to the people, or else they would see your brand as something they shouldn't interact with.
I also read recently that Pajaro
Yeah.
means masturbation in
No, it's
Hindi.
Mr. Bishi. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it means masturbation in India. So with that, they weren't able to sell their vehicles efficiently there because masturbation. Who wants to buy a car which is masturbation? Yeah. And then I think you have those.
Yeah. Back in America, there is a milk called Shumu. Pardon my language though, but that's the name of the milk. But in Ghana here, Shumu means something very bad. Like not really bad, but I mean it's not appealing for the ear. So with such situation, I don't think whoever produced that milk in America can come and succeed in Ghana here, because I mean Ghanaians take some things very personal, like the name Chum. The milk is, for Americans, don't have anything wrong with the fact that the milk is Chumu. That is the name they've given, and probably it has its own meaning out there. But if that milk finds its way into Ghana, it's not going to sell.
Be able to sell.
Yeah, it won't sell.
Imagine a mother calling a child and be like,
Koto Chumu Breme. It's very, very offensive. And even, I wonder if any Ghanaian vendor would go. I wonder if any Ghanaian vendor would go to the market and be like, they're introducing the milk Chumu to them, and then they will actually purchase and then go and retail it to customers. It's very, it's not really something that's handled.
So what you're saying is, if basically the adaptation has to do with, if that company with the name Chumu Milk, like they come to Ghana on the Ghanaian market, what they will be able to do is to change their name, because they're supposed to research and find out.
Exactly.
So they will have to adapt, change their name to maybe a more
modernist name or something.
That will resonate with the people of Ghana. This is
Okay.
basically what we're talking about.
We had really an exciting episode here,
Okay.
and thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Taro.
Please, it won't be bad if you bring us some food next time you're coming on.
Oh, don't worry. It is recorded and noted. Alright, thank you for having us.
Right, so thank you for joining this episode as well.
All right.
See you in the next one.